talents in the NBA. I see a lot of myself in him. I can't wait to face him and see if I can get the upper hand. I know I'm still a rookie, but it's the ultimate test to see where my game is at right now. And I live for these moments. So bring it on, Brow.
Live from New Orleans, 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Pelicans. Last outing for Phoenix, they won that game against Denver. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game.
The Suns trailing. Well, the Phoenix Suns came up short in their playoff hopes again last year. They went 17-24 Clark on the road, and that didn't help them out.
Not at all, and you factor in a 6-game road losing streak to end the year. That pretty much closed the door on postseason for them.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Freq in at shooting guard. Len out there with John Lewis. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Warren in at the 3 spot. And Cole kicks to Pondexter. The 3, and that one's good. Pondexter's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And guys, with the Suns last year on the road, they had the 17 wins, but only 7 of them came in conference. So a big part of why they missed the postseason.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Alvin Gentry. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, "We've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack." Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
And Doris, as always, thanks. And guys, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
I really do. I think they're such a hard team to generate offense against. That has to be where they devote most of their attention.
Well, as long as it doesn't come at the expense of their own defense, fellas. I mean, they can't concentrate so intensely on offense, they forget to defend.
Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. The Suns, number 1.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable.
They set the pick. Anderson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Knocked away. Ashik, the pass to Cole. Pondexter dishes to Perkins. Here's Cole. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
They're not going to run that play very often. But, hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
Len, a screen. Knight kicks to Freq. Suns keep it alive. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Len's got his first 2 points of the night.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Anderson, a screen on Len. There's the screen. Here's Cole. He's guarded by Knight. Screen by Perkins. Here's Cole. His three-pointer's off the mark. Suns trail by 5. And here we go. Fast break. Freq's got it. Lure can't hit.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
A nice shot by Anderson.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Now here's Freq. He's guarded closely, and the layup's good off the glass.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done. Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
The feed now to Len. Pass to Warren. 13 feet away. And Len gets it to go on the assist by Freq. Len's got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Ashik up top. They set the screen. Dishes it to Anderson. Pondexter the pass to Perkins. And here's Anderson for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound and going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight.
Yeah, and 2 mid-tier.
And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team. Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much, because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pelicans?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Gordon the off guard with Evans at the 3. Davis is out there with Alexis Ajinça. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
Deflects the pass. Stolen by Holiday. Now Evans running the floor all by himself. And they'll keep possession. Here is Bledsoe. He had 22 points in the win against Denver. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Omer Ashik, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Anderson comes in for Davis. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And Cole subbed in for Drew Holiday. Ashik with the bucket.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
They set the screen. Swiped away. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Evans leading the charge. Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, back to Tyreek Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds, really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
Perkins is checked in for Tyreek Evans. Pondexter kicks to Cole. The dish to Anderson. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And talking about Tyreek Evans, you really hope he can build on what he did last year. He has too much talent to waste on inconsistency. Time for him to just step up here in the prime of his career.
Pondexter dishes to Cole. Anderson kicks to Ashik. New Orleans moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. And it's Cole missing. Suns trail by 15. Feeds it to Freq. Lana screen. There's the steal. Here's Cole. 9 points last game out. The 3 from Anderson. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Knight. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Pondexter, the pass to Perkins. And stolen by Freq. Down low, here's Knight. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Screen by Ashik. And Cole kicks to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Pondexter dishes to Cole. Pulls up, high post. And that one hits back iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And that one's good.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Pelicans leading by 14. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of the game. Ashik with a screen on Knight. Cole the pass to Ashik. Kicks to Pondexter. Shot on the wing. And it's Cole missing.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Passes it to Lure. Puts up the baby hook. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Suns shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
There's 18 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Cole. He's guarded by Knight. Got a piece of it and stolen by Knight. Beyond the arc. Good. Knight's got it back down to single digits for the Suns. And the first half is now in the books. Pelicans.
Some ground for you to make up, no doubt, here in the first half. What are the areas you need to improve on to get back even with them?
I think we just need to step our energy level up a little bit. We seem to be moving around like we were playing underwater in that first half. Second half, we need to come out with more urgency.
Good luck in the second half. Kevin, a visibly frustrated young man.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We're seeing a tremendous... And the Pelicans making a change here. Ashik's checked in. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. John Lure comes in for Morris. Freq's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Brandon Knight in for Booker. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Freq is out there with John Lure. And it's Len in at the pivot, manning the middle. Holiday gets the bucket.
And for the Pelicans last year, they were at their best when they had great ball movement. Very tough to guard their team when the offense was so active.
Knight into the lane. They get it back. They shoot again. And it's good on the layup. Knight's got 9. Pelicans leading by 10. Outside Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Evans. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Gordon against Knight, and Ashik kicks to Evans. Just 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. Misses off the left iron.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Snatched up. Len, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Coles comes in for Drew Holiday.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Perkins is checked in. Cole dishes to Ashik. Anderson kicks to Cole. Gordon for 3. And there's the call on Perkins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
So it's Phoenix now, trailing by 5. Bledsoe against Gordon. And Bledsoe, here we go. And that one's good. Bledsoe's got 15 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Bledsoe against Gordon. Cole, the pass to Anderson. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. He's got 10.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Knight kicks to Freq. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. That's 7 points for Freq.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Start of the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. .137 left in the third quarter. Ashik with a screen on Knight. Here's Cole. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And again, unable to change momentum here.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving 2. brought back one as well.
A chance to take a look at how the Suns are doing right now early in the season. First in opponent shooting percentage. First in opponent points per game. Team that's going in transition.
And go back to their top-notch defense. They just smother you and impose their will on you. A lot of nights it seems like teams don't even know what hit them.
Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Screen by Ashik. There's Gordon with the three. And Ashik throws it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss. When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen by Gordon. At the elbow, it's Cole. Out of hand on it.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Freq sets a screen for Knight. No good on the triple. It's blocked. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to stay aggressive. And we just did that in the second half. It started in the first quarter when we came out. Our offense was clicking, but most important, our defense was clicking. And then when you do that, it's hard to beat us.
Stay aggressive, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Gordon. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around this quickly is a nice surprise. Play after play, he was getting after it, making plays, and making it look easy.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.